Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another review for One Punch Man. I didn't think I was going to be doing another one, but I kept seeing that people really liked it, mainly the action from what it seemed. And after watching the episode, yeah, I actually kind of agree. Um, because the episode doesn't really do a whole lot in terms of what's the word? What's the word I'm really trying to look for? Like establish like story, I guess. Well, I say that in terms of progressing forward in terms of like the plot of what's going to be going on. Besides like the beginning part of it, where they introduce who's supposed to be the main villain of the season, and his name is Garo or Garo, or however you want to pronounce his name. And I think just off of his debut in the episode, he's intimidating. He looks cool, and I'm just really excited to see what else they're gonna do. You could see him in the opening for the episode, and I think he looks cool in there as he's fighting Genos. But other than that, I don't really have too many impressions about him because I don't know anything about him. Because he may have appeared in the manga, he probably did appear in the manga to be honest. But I'm not reading the One Punch Man manga. I'm only watching the anime, and I'm just excited for what else they're gonna be doing with Gato. And yeah, I just hope that they're gonna do some exciting ass shit with him, like in terms of like the fight scenes. But continuing on, like later on, we see Hellish Blizzard, who's supposed to be the rank one for Class B, right? And she is trying to go, and her whole thing and her whole gimmick is that she's trying to like, you know, parade on people's like business and whatever, and she's doing the same thing with Saitama. She's trying to like intimidate like the newbies of like the class B because she can't progress up any further, or if she can't go up any further. That's what's established in the episode. Her fight with Saitama was a little stiff in terms of the animation. And speaking of the animation, I actually didn't think it was. I didn't think, I've gotten used to it, I guess you can say. I don't think the animation's really that big of a deal. I'm not the type of person who really looks at animation for, most anime in certain episodes and be like, oh yeah, that was like super bad. Mainly because I'm not really like, I never really studied up on that. I'm not like I never took like an animation major. I'm not even in college yet, so I can't really say if an episode has good animation, but I can tell you that Saitama's fight with Hellish Blizzard was a little stiff. It was a little stiff, and apparently her sister is Tatsumaki, who's in Class S. We've seen her in season 1, if you remember her. She's the little brat, as Genos likes to call her, and that actually makes me laugh sometimes. But they introduced a lot of characters, and that's what the whole episode was kind of really all about. We see Sonic back in the episode, and his fight with Genos is actually really cool. And then we also see later on the Class A rank 1 hero, Amai Right, or Amai Mask rather. I almost said Amai Rider, but Amai Mask. And I remember seeing him in the episode, and I was like, "Why does this guy look like Yu Narukami from Persona 4?" Like, I don't know if it's just me or if I'm just like I'm just getting impressions of that, but for some reason, Amai Mask kind of looked like Yu Narukami from Persona 4. If you know Persona 4 or if you know Yu Narukami, then you probably understand like who I'm talking about and why I think that reference is, but. Regardless, we see Hellish Blizzard, and she's really cool, and I actually like her more than Tatsumaki, and that's kind of just because I like the personality from her more than her sister, and I guess that's kind of it. King, I actually really like King. King was funny in episode 1 for season for season 2. Excuse me. um, Gato was also really cool. I think he's going to be an interesting villain. I'm really interested to see what else they're going to be doing with him. And Amai Mask looks really cool, and I'm wondering what else they're going to do with him, if anything at all. But he looks like Yu Narukami, which was very interesting. But overall, the action was really good. The plot and the story didn't really progress any further, but I guess it doesn't really need to do that. And even though the episode wasn't nearly as funny as episode 1 was, I actually still had a lot of moments where I was like, yeah, that was really funny. I actually really liked that. But yeah, that's kind of like the whole episode. The whole episode kind of just wanted to introduce a couple of characters, show a couple other characters that we haven't seen in like a little while. We didn't really see anything from Sonic in episode 1. We only saw him like briefly, but in this episode he has a little scuffle with Saitama, and Saitama does like an after image move, serious sideways jumps was really funny, and his fight with Genos is also really entertaining, and it looked really good. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole episode. Not a lot really happened in terms of plot and story, like I said, but we see a couple of new characters. We see a couple other characters from what we saw in episode 1 return, like King, and I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm really excited for what they're gonna do in the next episode. And my guess is that they're gonna be doing something with Garo in the next episode, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. If you aren't new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.